Hey y'all, welcome to Two Times the Drama. I'm D,
I'm Dani.
and we are brother sister here to talk to you about all of our favorite shows and give our opinions on the drama.
Period.
What show do we got up first for today?
We got Real Housewives of Potomac, the
And
reunion.
this is reunion part two.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
So much was going on, girl. Where do you want to start?
Child, it started off like, oof.
It started off with the tears, and I had wrote down because I was so irritated. I understood, but I was really so irritated because it was like Andy was coddling Mia.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of me understands it because I understand that they wanted her to stay and not leave the reunion. But
Mm.
I was just over it because it was like she didn't want to be held accountable. Anytime somebody tried to hold her feet to the fire and hold her accountable to actually be genuine, give answers, give a good apology, she was off the
Go,
set. I'm going home.
go.
Hated it. I hated this part of the reunion for me because all she did was cry.
Yeah, they from the very beginning.
Also, speaking of her crying, Giselle and Wendy was on
They
that
was going,
ass.
they was tearing her up.
But shout out to Giselle because she looked amazing. She do not always look amazing. Beautiful woman, beautiful woman, but the fashion choices ain't always there. But shout out because she looked incredible this
She
time.
did. She did.
Who you feel like is the best dress on the reunion? On the reunion this time.
On the reunion for this one, um, I definitely like Wendy's outfit.
I love Wendy's outfit.
I love her fit. And then I like Kay's. I just feel like the top may have been too small.
I like Wendy's and I like Giselle. They was probably my favorite one.
Oh, Giselle's was cute. Yeah, I like
And
her.
then they started talking about Giselle and her dating, which we didn't really get much of him, but Giselle real private
Hmm.
with her freak nasty.
Yeah.
And she'll show that she got a man running through the house, baby, but he don't get no cameras. One thing about Giselle, she do be smart. He not getting no camera time for real.
Mm-mm.
That every man they say a little 1-2 and then get gone. You're not getting no check
Mm.
off Giselle Bryan, baby.
Hello.
But when it's something about Ashley and Josh, how do you
Oh,
feel about Ashley and Josh?
so honestly, what cracked me up because when she tried to come at Wendy for calling him Jack Harlow, and she was like, "That really hurt his feelings." And Wendy's like, "I mean, that should be a compliment." I said,
Don't believe that shit.
"I
I don't
don't
believe
think
that
so."
shit at all. Because she tried to be like, oh, well, no, he wasn't mad that you called him Jack Harlow, but he was mad that you said it was a lateral move from the ex. And all his friends was texting him, like, I can't believe they said that. And that's when I was
No,
like, I don't believe that.
I don't believe
You
that.
mean to tell me all his friends watch Real Housewives of Potomac? I
No,
don't believe that. And if they did, you would be thinking that he was an opportunist.
right.
Because why is all his friends watching that? He young as hell.
You were just mad that she said that.
Also, unless they watched Real Housewives of Potomac, they don't really know your ex like that to be so offended for him.
Right.
So that's why I was like, you bugging.
There you
You
go.
just want to say something to Wendy. You should have just said
Mhm.
it pissed you off. You was mad because they kept talking about he a little boy. He young, he a little
Yeah.
awkward, but you awkward too. Honestly, y'all perfect together.
You know what cracked me up? She was cracking me up this reunion because she was owning what she was saying. She said, I said it.
Wendy showed up this reunion.
She did. She said, I said it. And
Also, Ashley, I didn't like you trying to deflect when Wendy was like, you talked about my husband, you brought the room. I
yeah.
didn't write it. I didn't write it. You brought it on camera for national TV. He said yours was a lateral move and that he looked like Jack Harlow. You brought on camera for national TV that her husband could possibly be cheating on her.
And have another kid. That's a
Let's be for real.
whole different story. Like,
You didn't need, it didn't matter if you didn't write it or not. The article would have never spread it like it did if you didn't say it on national TV.
right. Like, that's
And then when they was like, I thought Giselle did it, she's like, no, I just took the blame. And Ashley was just kind of just sitting there. But when they did the flashback, it did look like Giselle brought it, unless Ashley was lying about Giselle bringing it
mm-hmm.
back in the camera.
Yeah.
Either way, I was just kind of like, whichever one, Ashley, you still were the one to deliver the news on camera.
Right.
And y'all wasn't cool with her like that at the time.
It really was.
But I'm over Ashley and her love life, baby. You taking forever to get divorced. I'm over it all.
She don't want to get divorced. She want to still get her money.
She did get divorced now. Like currently, she's divorced, so good for her. But I don't want to see her date. I wonder how Ashley's storyline is about to go because she kind of played the back seat this time. So I wonder, like, the
Yeah.
next few seasons, like, what we gonna get from Ash?
What's gonna come? So long, cause ain't no.
She's great on there as like if she has a sparring partner, but also she don't got no storyline besides sparring with somebody. But she didn't really have a sparring partner this time.
No, no, not
But
really.
I'm glad you clocked that about Wendy's comment. Uh, where you want to go to next on it?
What's next? What's next?
It was talking about when there's some relationship. There's something about Kay and Greg.
Oh, they was talking about King Greg and how he was like uncomfortable on camera.
What are your opinions on that?
I know Kay is hurt because it's like this is part of my job. I like to do it. Like you part of my life and stuff. And then he's like, me just showing up is just my way of showing that I'm supporting. And he's like, he don't like to talk on camera. And I was like, okay, some people are not comfortable with like talking on camera about stuff, but I'm like, at the same time, that's her job. So I feel like that did play a role in their relationship, but like a little
When they
strange.
said that when she explained that he was like very apprehensive after the fight, I forgot all about that fight, chat.
Yeah,
I understood a lot more. Also, they do be tearing up the husband.
the
So if he didn't
husband.
sign up for this, but he on there for her, they do tear up the husband sometimes.
They do
As we can
because they
see
be
on
getting on.
Married to Medicine, we gonna get there next episode.
Well, yeah.
But they be tearing up the husband. So I understood that. My problem wasn't that he didn't show up on camera. My problem was when he showed up on camera, how he was treating her.
Yeah,
And I think everybody just kind of glazed over that a little
they
bit
did. They
because
did.
he was talking a little rough. But girl, hey, if you like it, I don't like it, but I'm going to mind my business.
Yeah. Well, now they
Hey,
moving out. They not moving. They not living together no more.
yeah, they don't live together. But I was happy to hear that was about to sound bad. I I was happy that she stood on her business and set some boundaries. I was about to say I was happy to hear that they had broke up for a little bit, which, is the same thing, but it sounded a little worse. I was just happy that she stood up for herself and was like, hey, and made him stand on business and do whatever he had to do to win her.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, I'm tired of the Stacey storyline.
Child, why did they
I've
talk
been
about
tired
her?
of Stacey all seasons. Like Stacey boring. She don't really give nothing to
That's
me.
what they was
I
telling.
don't.
They was telling her, "You girl, you boring. Your wigs are trash."
Baby, Giselle do not like her.
At all. She
Giselle.
just,
It was part one where is she? When she's talking about that, somehow Stacy smart, she's intelligent. Is she?
I said, just
Maybe she do not like her.
she don't. And
But
then,
who? Nobody was surprised to hear that her and TJ broke up, and then she tried to get her little emotions out, even though you could tell it was forced. It was like, girl,
uh, they was like basically y'all the same thing like y'all was before.
no. Wendy A down with that. Wendy A down with that. I was cracking up because she was like, we're best friends, and so Wendy was like, so basically nothing changed.
Exactly, because that's what you said y'all was before. Best friends.
But it ain't giving they best friend.
It's not. You see what
Not when TJ was on that. Not when he was on that FaceTime,
he
baby.
was tired of her.
I'm ready to see what they was muting out. I'm ready to see what they
Hello.
was bleeping out.
I need to know what he was saying.
And shout out to Eddie. He messy. He
Messy.
messy. He takes her immediately. That is so messy.
No,
I
for real,
love
because he
that
could
for
have
him.
waited after the reunion.
One thing about the messiest person in the room, it's gonna always be a man.
Yep. Because they love the
And I
dick.
love it. But shout out to Stacy for also getting divorced before Ashley and Mia.
That's what they said. They said, dang,
Because
that
they
was
got the
quick.
longest divorces ever, baby.
Long. Actually, it's been seasons.
And then they had talked about like the women's fashion throughout the season. I'm so glad that Andy pointed out that outfit Wendy wore, the blue dress with the big
Uh,
old when she
he
got
had
out the
text
car
her
like
and
that, I was like,
everything.
girl, what
Yeah, she knew
is
she
this?
messed up with that one.
Cause yeah, usually she eat down, but that one wasn't she wasn't eating down.
I don't know what that was.
them showing Stacy copying people and then
Mhm.
lumping in Ashley with that too. I was cracking up.
Yeah, cause y'all look. Wendy even
So
said,
like Stacy is trying to find her identity to be able to stay on the show and her identity as a housewife.
mm-hmm.
But instead of trying to like find her own, she's trying to like just pick different pieces from each housewife and kind of absorb that into her personality.
And you see that how she was mad at the designer about that dress. Like, girl,
Okay, I understood that. I didn't understand. I don't know if I would have necessarily went as far as she did, like, fuck that
yeah, I
bitch.
wouldn't
Da,
have
da,
did
da,
that.
da, da. But and also it was a little weird for her to be like, I elevated her by giving her
Yeah,
this
girl,
job.
that's
That's
the
weird if y'all friends. You didn't elevate her. She already did great work for a lot of people in Potomac, clearly, because you and Karen both met up with her.
uh,
Um, she got good business.
right.
I could see you saying like I gave her that opportunity. I gave her a job because you wanted her to be the sole designer for your charity event and fashion show, but to say you elevated her, that's like,
That's so strange, girl. Even
cause did
everybody
you
else said that.
really?
It was
You
like,
talking about I gave her the job, I put her on this platform, baby. It didn't really. I don't really think your elevation did too much.
mm-mm. It didn't do much at all, girl.
Stacey, baby, you got to work on elevating you. We don't want you to come in
Everybody already said it because she too born.
boring. And then Jacqueline came out, child, Mia's other girlfriend, child.
Mm-hmm. You see, she was making faces while they was eating me up.
Because they was ripping her apart. First of all, Jacqueline and Mia's friendship is always weird to me because they do not, one thing about them, they do not got each other, they do not
At
got each other
all.
back.
Because they asked her, "It's your friend a liar?" Basically, she was basically said, "Yeah." She was like, she
Yeah, she was
exaggerated.
like, she don't lie. She not, I wouldn't just say she just lies all the time, but she exaggerates
So
sometimes.
she said, "Yeah." You should just say, "Yeah." She's a
And
liar.
then when they first asked, she was like, well, she don't lie to me. I said, oh, baby. She said, she lying to y'all, but she don't
But
lie
she
to
don't lie
me.
to me, girl.
I
Okay.
know what's going on with my
And then Mia said, "Yeah." She told me that. She told me that before.
because Mia ass is just the storylines, baby. When they was trying to tell her, like, baby, the storylines don't make sense. And she was like,
Uh-uh.
oh, it's life. It just ebbs and flows.
Uh-uh. She said, "I'll be confused too." I'm like, clearly, girl, you don't even believe your own lies.
'Cause I was figuring out so much. I'm like, Mia lives in Atlanta?
Hello? Because
That
you
makes
do.
sense from that rumor that came out about her maybe joining the Love and Hip Hop cast with Ink.
Mm.
And I think that's why Giselle and them was like, y'all not broken up.
Yeah,
I think Giselle hit it on the head. I think Giselle and Wendy ate that up, baby.
they
Them is
did.
two
They
smart
clocked.
women. I think they ate that up because you brought Ink on here because you thought he was gonna be bigger and better than Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
You got so much backlash that she was just like, I gotta act like I did right, and I
Mm-hmm.
broke up with you. And no, baby. And
Mm-mm.
I think also, I think Ink wanted some TV time too, which we'll wait and see if they join the cast of Love and Hip Hop because if that's the case, then he did.
Yeah.
And I think he wasn't expecting the backlash either. This was nasty work. I said that from the beginning of the season. This whole paternity storyline, that is so nasty to let
Yeah.
that play out on national TV. And it ain't even like the other women brought that on national TV.
She
You brought
did.
that on national TV. Now, granted, I will give you that Gordon did go and put that out to the public in the media,
Mm-hmm.
but none of the other girls was bringing it up. Like, you literally didn't have to bring that to the camera.
You didn't. And you
You
brought
didn't have
that.
to bring none of that to the camera. You brought that to the camera, and I'm like, this is so nasty for your child. For
Yeah.
your child to be the age he is, it's not like he's a little baby. For him to be the age he is and having to see it play out that you questioning who his father was, and then it was like you lying because it didn't even make sense. There's no way in hell you thought you might have already been pregnant.
Well, yeah, when Wendy clocked it. She said, "Well, IVF,
Girl,
baby."
every woman clocked it. I clocked it because I forgot that her and Gordon got pregnant through IVF. And anybody who know how that worked,
You
when
got
she
to,
said that, I was like,
you take a
when she was
pregnancy
like,
test.
well, I could have already been pregnant. I was like,
No,
no.
girl. She just wanted it to be Inks. She wanted
She
it.
wanted a good ass storyline because Mia has been fighting to be like head bitch in charge. She has been fighting to be the new Grand Dame, and she saw this as opportunity of, Karen was going downhill with shit she had going on. So she was like, I'm about to be the number one out here. I'm about to have the best storyline. And your storyline was awful.
Yeah.
And then Mia cries when the sound of her cries makes me think her cry is fake. But I be knowing that's just how she cried, but it just sounds so fake and forced every time.
So she was a lot.
I need to go back and watch the seasons because I really feel like this is the first time, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is the first time, or maybe the first time I paid attention to Mia like that for real, for real. This is the first time I heard about this other child living in Atlanta when
She brought it up this season.
no, I know she brought up this season, but when she brought up this season at the table, I was like,
Yeah.
she got a
I didn't
16
know
year
she
old.
was married before either. I didn't know she was married.
Listen,
I didn't know that.
a mess.
You didn't put that part of your storyline at all before.
But it was real good to see Wendy and Giselle work together and tear that ass down.
They did. They came together.
They held her feet to the fire.
Yeah. Giselle was like, I don't care.
Giselle, baby, really tore her. Giselle got activated when the fan brought up the question about the daughters. I knew Giselle was gonna get activated because before commercial break, she just looked up at Mia like, "What you finna say?"
Yeah.
Because the whole rumor about like the things that she said about her daughter off camera that never aired because, well, I guess it was on camera, but it never aired because supposedly Giselle and Mia both asked for it not to be shown because she said some more bad stuff about Giselle's daughters that was worse. And that's why they kind of got heated and they showed a little bit of that clip for the first time. Again, this is this is why the waterworks and stuff don't work because I would have thought you would have brought that up. You waited till Andy brought that up. If you was really sorry, I would have thought you would have brought that up and just been super apologetic of the fact that you even went there.
Right.
And then you like, oh, you talk about me being a bad mother. This always irritates me just in general. Yes, no, we should never talk about kids. But, however, but I personally don't think somebody talking about your parenting styles is the same as them talking about your children.
Yeah, it's not. It don't even equal the same thing.
Her calling you a bad mom is not equal to you calling her daughter's names. She never said anything about your kids. She said something about you being a bad mom.
As a person.
Because you brought this storyline about your son onto TV when you didn't have to.
Right.
That is not, I hate when people be like, when somebody call you a bad parent and people like, don't talk about my kid. Baby, I'm talking about you and your skill set. It has nothing to do with your kids. Honestly, I feel sorry. I'm hopeful that you get together for them.
Yeah.
And then soon as Giselle tore into that ass about that,
He left.
what Mia do?
Gone.
Baby was
He said,
gone with the wind.
He said she gonna leave.
It was Giselle calling her a bitch at the end. I said, oh yeah, Giselle is over. I had seen the comment where Giselle was like, she's dead to me. Yeah, she is. Because baby, you ain't had no smoke like this she ain't had no smoke like this for nobody. I ain't never seen her get this activated.
Yeah, she haven't been this bad.
Usually people got smoke for her and Giselle getting tore up on the reunion.
Yeah. It was
like Candace and Monique, honey.
Child. Wendy got that text and I was like, oh.
I feel like TJ is some part of it. We're gonna give our predictions about what we think it's gonna be.
Okay.
It's sound like it was two things because Wendy was like, oh, he said this. He also said da 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 da. I don't know what both of them is, but I feel like one of it's gonna be like that. Turns out that it was a fake relationship for TV and for the storyline.
I mean, she even mentioned it earlier that people were making comments that she paid him to be on the show.
Yeah, I clocked that. I feel like that was her trying to get ahead of that.
Yeah, so I feel like that's part of it.
Do you feel like you know what the other part is or not?
I feel like the other parties, they really did know each other. That he was basically just a paid actor.
That might have been because I don't really get the whole best friend thing. Y'all
They
don't even act
don't.
like
They
best
didn't really
friends.
hang out. They just all you saw
And
them work out, and then was at her house eating breakfast, and then he would come to the parties with, and then when they at the parties together,
it
they
was,
was talking to each other.
girl, it was Wendy talking about something when when they brought up the comment she made about him being more interested in the trainer than her. And she was like, that really hurt. And Wendy apologized. Wendy had me cracking up with the apology because it was like, I hear you, friend. I apologize for hurting your feelings. But she did not apologize for
That's
that
the
damn
thing.
comment because she meant that.
She meant it. She said, yeah. She said, yeah. I said it. I said it. That's why I said Whitney was my girl. This
Wendy
reunion
was activated.
because she owned up to everything, and she said, yeah, I said it. And
And I loved it. Um, Out of the new, who do you think should stay and who should go?
because it's the new girls. Oh, well, what's the name considered a new girl? Her name Jazz.
Yeah, she's still a friend of the show. I
Oh,
don't think she's a full cast member. I think she's a
I don't
friend
think
of a,
she is either. I think she's just like Jacqueline
her and Jacqueline, and then the full cast members would be Stacy,
and Kay.
Kay.
That's it.
Yeah, uh,
I think Kay's gonna say.
I think Kay should stay. I think Kay should stay if
I think
if she's able to give us more
yeah.
about her life.
I think she wants to, but she got to figure out a way to do it to respect
Yeah,
Bridget.
I agree with that because I feel like that's what was missing a lot this season. I was just like, oh, this kind of getting a little boring.
Yeah.
It was like all they was doing was going out to eat, going out to eat, going out to eat, and meeting and talking with each other because a lot of them couldn't give storylines or didn't have one. Like I feel like the only ones who really like showed up with
Mm-hmm.
like full storylines besides interacting with each other was Giselle, Wendy, Karen, and Mia. Even though I hated her storyline, it was disgusting, but she showed up.
Yeah.
But everybody else, it was kind of very limited. Like they didn't really have storylines, so it was like we only seen them as a group.
Yeah.
So I do think I think she would be great if she gets if she speaks up a little bit more and shows more of her storyline, then yeah.
I think she will be able to now that she got her own place because she can be in her home and stuff and do stuff.
Yeah. Or even girl, show us them businesses or what you be doing.
Yeah. Well, I think she was working with him with
Yeah.
one of her jobs, but I need to know like what else you be
You
doing.
think Jazz should come back?
No,
Me neither. Not at all. Baby,
no, because
because
girl, you didn't
you
give
making
much.
me do mental gymnastics about your goddamn relationship because you
Yeah,
too busy trying to tell 15 different stories. I
girl,
can't do it.
just
And
just
because
say
you
he
don't want
was.
to say that he had a baby on you or whatever it was, baby, I don't,
Because then you was trying to say they wasn't together, and they was. Girl,
Then it was before you. Then it was just too much. Then we was on a break, baby. I'm cool. Um, her and Stacy can
yeah, they can go and slide on it.
exit the stage. I would say I used to say like Jacqueline. I'm tired of seeing her on my camera, but honestly, her and Mia's dynamic of when they choose to have each other back versus when they choose to air each other out is always very helpful because she comes right in and connects those dots about Mia.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as Mia here, we need Jacqueline because Jacqueline is Mia's interpreter.
Yep, that's what it is. She,
Because Mia will say this, and Jacqueline will be like, she lying, y'all. She really mean this. Jacqueline is Mia's adult. Mia
yep,
need an adult. Sometimes she need an interpreter, and here comes Jacqueline to like let everybody know what's going on.
yeah, I can see that. So as long as she there, then we can go ahead and have her. But
Okay. You got any final thoughts about this part two?
let me think. Let me think. I think we talked about
'Cause I kind of
everything.
ran through mine.
We kind of talked about everything, to be honest.
Okay, well, we can wrap this up. We will see y'all next time for part three. And then we'll also be uploading the part one later on this week. But yeah, catch us again for our other shows that we'll be reviewing, and then also for part three next Sunday. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.